Hiya! Today's video is about natural remedies for thrush. I'm also going to touch on what thrush is, what causes it, and things you can do to prevent its recurrence. If you're new, I'm called Adrian. Welcome. I make videos about alternative, natural, safe and effective ways to maintain and improve your mental and physical health and well-being. And if you're not new, welcome back. It's really good to see you again. If you've not already subscribed and you're interested in this kind of content, do click on the subscribe button now and the bell icon so YouTube can keep you notified as we release new content. The structure of today's video, I'm going to show you what thrush is, talk about what causes it, and then give you a list of things you can do to put it right. So what is thrush? Well, it's basically an overgrowth of one of the candidas, which is a yeast which occurs naturally in the human body. And if it becomes an overgrowth, then it presents itself as some pretty serious problems, not just on the outside, but also on the inside. And it's also extremely common. So what are the symptoms? Well, in the mouth, it appears, as you can see in these photos, as a white, I suppose a white mass really. And I'm pretty certain it's more of a fungus than a yeast at this point. Interestingly, the Mayo Clinic, I was reading an article where they did some studies and they found that people with a sinus infection, in 96% of them had fungus inside the nasal mucus, which is an interesting thing. I'm also convinced that arthritis is caused by a fungal infection. So you can get it in the mouth. It can become very sore, quite itchy. You can get it in ladies in the vagina. You can get it around your nipples if you're breastfeeding. You can get it around your anus. You can get it elsewhere on your skin. Gents, we're not immune to it as well, although it's less common in men. It can cause fatigue and it can cause also achy and stiff joints, which is one of the reasons I mentioned about the arthritis before. So causes, well, Candida exists as an organism, and being a yeast or a fungus, it exists by fermentation in the yeast form certainly, and that needs sugar. So sugar is, an excess amount of sugar is certainly one big cause of thrush. Excessive consumption of alcohol, eating too many refined carbohydrates, a weakened immune system, excessive stress, a shortage of vitamin B6, a shortage of magnesium, which is very common. Oral contraceptives can cause thrush, antibiotics cause thrush. So what we're going to focus on is working from the inside out. So if you have oral thrush, it's more than likely you have it further down your digestive tract as well. And we're also going to then work from the outside back in. So we're going to hit it from both sides. Well, not hit it, we're just going to deal with it from both sides. Now I'm going to suggest what I would do long term, and then we'll get direct onto the treatment. So long term, I would look to cut out or certainly limit sugar as much as possible. Sugar is, especially refined sugar, is a terrible poison. I'd also look to minimize your consumption of alcohol, not just for this reason, but there's a whole host of other health reasons as well, but that obviously is your choice. Cut down on processed carbs. Eating more fats and proteins will do you the world of good in a whole bunch of other areas, not just to do with this. Learning how to manage and reduce stress, look into meditation. Certainly earthing is very good for that as well. I've done a video on that. There is a link in the description below. Cut down on soft drinks and also make sure you're getting plenty of rest. So as far as the direct treatments go, got a whole host of things down here next to me. One of the first things you want to do is get yourself some colloidal silver. This stuff is genius. If you want to know more about colloidal silver, there's a link in the description below. It's a very strong antifungal. It also works against yeast. I'll give you a quick story. A friend of mine makes her own sourdough bread, a very good friend of mine, and the bread's amazing. And obviously she has a mother yeast for that. And she asked her husband to stir it before Christmas, and he mistakenly used a silver spoon and it nearly killed the whole yeast cell just by stirring it with a silver spoon. So silver is just super potent for this. So if you have thrush, you could apply it directly into your mouth with the spray. If it was a baby, you could spray some on a cotton bud and then wipe the cotton bud around the inside of the mouth and across the tongue. You could apply it direct to your genitals and your anus. And elsewhere on your skin. Ladies, if you have vaginal thrush, which has a thick white discharge, you could soak a tampon in live yogurt, which has good bacteria on it. You could insert that. You can have a bath in warm or hot water. Probably warm water is better, and put a cupful of apple cider vinegar. This stuff's genius. Get one with the mother in it, and soak in that for about half an hour. You could also use it as a mouthwash. Swish it around your mouth, and then you could swallow it after as well. I would dilute it for that. For oral thrush, bicarb of soda, which you get on the bacon oil in the shops, absolutely amazing stuff. Make it into a mouthwash. I also have a teaspoon of that twice a day in warm water. And that works really, really well. I've done a video on the benefits of drinking baking soda water. If you want to watch that, there's a link in the description below as well. Now, on the subject of the live yogurt, you can eat the yogurt as well. Get yourself some probiotics that will re-establish the good bacteria in your gut, and that will take care of the candida overgrowth. You could start eating sauerkraut, which is full of natural probiotics, which you can buy, or you can make your own, which is very simple as well. And the final one I'm going to talk about is borax. Now, borax is the most amazing, super potent antifungal I've ever come across. It works so well with arthritis. There's a whole video I've done about that if you want to have a watch of that. You buy it as sodium tetraborate. And I've read actually of people with very severe long-term thrush applying it directly after urinating, both to sort of vaginal area and the anus. Just dipping it in the powder and then and dipping it on, that would work. You can make a solution and do that. And what I actually do is I take it orally. You take 1 teaspoon of the borax, and by the way, if you read up that it's ant poison, it is, but I'm not telling you to take ant poison. That's just, in fact, watch the other video. That'll explain about why that whole story's out there, although it does work as an ant poison. You take 1 teaspoon of that, put it into a litre of distilled water, dissolve it, and then I have 1 teaspoon of this every day. I would guess you could actually dab this solution on orally as well. You could use it as a mouthwash. That would work a treat as well. So there you have it. You can go out and you can buy these online. I'll put some links in the description below to the things that I use. If you found this video useful, please do share it with anyone you think would benefit from it right now, and put it on your social media platforms and share there. If you like the video, give me the thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. If you've not already subscribed, please do click on the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can be updated as we release new content. And in the comments section below, let me know how you get on with any of these, and if you found any other things that work as well, because that will help everyone. And also, if there's any other videos that you'd like me to research and make, let me know and I'll look into that and see what I can do. And I will see you in the next video. See ya!